Hey all, welcome back to another one of my guides. This week we got Tayo and Kristian. This particular guide we're going to be looking at Kristian and how to get the runs under, a good amount of time. We're looking at 5, 6, 7 minute runs. So the first thing you're going to see is I'm using Cheshire Cat as my leader, and basically it's for the extra evade on light and dark units. We're getting an extra 20%, and that's going to be on top of Amon's passive 40%. You're also going to see that weird kind of 20% extra damage to boss to monsters. I'm not really sure how that works, but I figured she works really good here, so that's kind of what I'm gonna go with. We're using Nyx as the main DPS, and um, the idea here is Cheshire Cat will put up curses right before Nyx goes, and that'll just make sure that Nyx just hits like a truck. And on top of that, you have Cheshire's Cat ability to put Veil of Phantasm on Nyx, and this is kind of the key to those moments in Phase 2 where the bosses kind of just crap all over you because you get bad crits or something like that, or that part in Phase 3 where Damien spawns and they do the AOE, so you can kind of mitigate all of that damage, and we're going to see that here. Getting into the fight, you notice Cheshire Cat puts the curse up, and Nyx just goes to town. That's 60% of his life right there. Amon does have a skilled up level 1, so he's got a 2-turn taunt. It makes this fight immensely easier than the last time I did it with Electra as my main tank. Electra does have that passive regen, but Amon's constantly counterattacking, constantly taunting, and also giving my whole team 30% extra damage. So you see, that part of the fight, it's not even a fight anymore. It's just 2-3 rounds. This part still gets a little tricky because you get taunted. You get sometimes you just get bad RNG and they will get to 3 stacks. They might get to 3 stacks in this video, but you'll see that we have plenty of mitigation to where we'd be able to bypass at least 1 or 2 of these little Holy Nova explosions. So in case this is your first time seeing a Kristian, the mechanic here is these 2 guys, they have a buff that stacks up to 3. If it ever gets to 3 at the beginning of their turn, then they pretty much do like an AoE stun, big damage. And what'll happen is you'll just get chain stunned, and the next guy will go, he'll chain stun you, and then you pretty much wipe. The other thing is if you kill one before the other one will have permanent 3 stacks and will just AoE stun, AoE damage on every single round. So you got to kill them at the same time or CC them after you kill one, keep one CC'd, maybe a Tayo stun, maybe a Damien stun, something like that. Uh, you'll see here I am running Amon, and I have not tried the Signet of Destruction. I'm not sure if it works on these guys. I know Looming Death does. It's just when I get them low, I just blow them up with Nyx. You'll see what I do. When they get low, I will save my Cheshire Cat's Veil of Phantasm. I'll try to pop a curse on both of them to ensure that Nyx gets the double damage, and then just use Nyx's ult and hopefully wipe both of them at the same time. But I mean, this level, it's slow go unless you get just a ton of counterattacks from Nyx. I've seen it go in 3 rounds. Nyx just kind of just goes off. And then I've also seen it where Amon taunts everybody constantly, and Nyx isn't next to Amon, so she's not getting attacked, and there are no counterattacks. But the idea here is just whittle them down slowly. If you're using Nyx as your DPS, try to keep track of who has a curse and who doesn't. If one has a curse and another one doesn't, and Nyx goes, Nyx hits both of them, but one of them is going to take a ton more damage than the other one, and that'll kind of unbalance the bars. Another really good thing that you see here is Amon's number 2. I don't have it skilled up, but it gives everybody guaranteed counterattack. And so 1 second there, you notice I actually passed with Nyx there because Cordelia had a shield up and the other guy didn't, and I didn't want to pop him, accidentally kill him. So yeah, that's just some of the stuff you got to pay attention to here. But Amon's counterattack is really nice here because they'll hit you and it's just free hits. It's anything that you can do to get these guys' charges down because they don't do a lot of damage. The frustrating thing is that they taunt and when you need to hit one, you can't hit one because you got to hit the other because you're taunted. So counterattacks are just golden here. So I'm going to cast my Veil of Phantasm on the Nyx and she's just going to AoE, hit them both for like 70k and just kill them. They have about I want to say like 450,000 life from what I've looked at, 500 something like that. So getting into this phase, this is just the tank and spank. Keep the taunt on Kristian with Damien as much as you can. Ramuh can take a hit. He's got that passive regen. If anything, Ramuh can just defend every round. It doesn't matter. He's not there to do anything except for res in case something gets through and just passive regen because Amon doesn't have any regen built into his kit. So while he does evade 65% of the time, I think I might have a rune on him. Yeah, he doesn't regen. So what's going on here is Nyx has 32% evade, and so she will evade a lot of what Kristian does. Kristian wants to go after him, but now, since Nyx isn't the only dark character, if you saw my earlier video, Kristian likes to kill DPS, and he likes to kill dark. So now Kristian's a little bit confused. He's being constantly taunted, and he'll also sometimes go after the Cheshire Cat. So here we go. We're going to kill him. Don't use the big skill, number 2. What you want to do is save that for Damien, because you want to kill Damien as quick as possible. And you can slow his turn down to give yourself enough time to do something like that. Cast Wings of Butterfly. Damien goes first. I'm not going to use my Veil of Phantasm here, I think, because I'm already covered. So I'm just going to charm him. Boom. Mitigate all that damage from Damien. Whatever. Amon got stunned. As long as he doesn't get one shot right after that, you're in good shape. And then now you see Damien's got the curse on him. Boom. 130 and a brand. And then you just start going to town on good old Damien. The second Damien goes down, the fight's over. Kristian will probably die passively to Nyx's double shot. So Nyx is a little low here. Gonna cast Veil of Phantasm. Kind of did something stupid there. I think I taunted even though I had the Veil of Phantasm up. I didn't really need to, but I used his AoE, gave everybody counter. And you can see Amon can tank this just fine, especially with the additional evasion. You got a lucky little Kristian, a little Ramuh stun there. And I think I'll make a mistake at one point. I think I'll attack Damien with Amon and not keep Kristian taunted. Yeah, and that's what happens when you don't keep that. He was stunned, so it wasn't a mistake. I just couldn't do it. And but this is what Ramuh here for. Ramuh here for the res. And I mean, you might get some bad RNG where they just kill your Nyx right away again, and you're just gonna have to kind of sustain through it. But I think this is my 6th, 7th run today. I haven't had that happen, so it's been pretty clean the whole time. This is actually one of the only ones where I've actually had a death. And like I said, you see Kristian sitting there at 1 life. He's dead. As long as we get that Damien down, and between Abel's kind of shield, butterfly wings mitigation, plus the Veil of Phantasm, plus the resolve that you get from Amon when somebody dies, you don't really need that much healing. The other good thing that Abel does is per turn healing. Sorry, my mic cut out there. But as you can see, that's Kristian in 7 minutes 55 seconds. Very doable. So hope you guys have a good time farming, and thanks for watching.